without doing much.
Yeah.
Literally.
But it's paid off. You're glowing-ish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you think I'm glowing, huh? You're the second person to tell me that. So I was just reading. I went to the gym as well.
Yeah.
Just relaxing, man. Looking forward to the show tonight. And also the awesome conversations that we're about to have.
Exactly.
And, okay, just for context purposes, the last time you were here on After Hours on Spice, you were here to talk about this really amazing book that I'm holding. And I know guys can actually check this book on my hand. Teen's Guide to the Constitution of Kenya.
Yes.
Very inspiring stuff. This is like a game changer.
Thank you.
I can see you're very passionate about younger Kenyans.
I am.
Right.
Very passionate about young people, very passionate about my country, and very passionate about its future. And the young people who will be contributing to it in the next few years.
I love that. Yeah. So for folks who do not know you, maybe you can just explain further what you do and what inspires you to do what you do.
My name is Sandra Ocholla. I am a lawyer, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I am also a two-time author. One of my books, as you rightly said, is The Teen's Guide to the Constitution of Kenya, which then is promoting law-related and constitutional education amongst young people.
Right.
I'm also the founder of Teendom Africa, which is a social enterprise meant to develop a community of young people who are actively engaged in civic activities within their country.
Right.
Yes.
So, was there a particular moment when you were young that made you feel okay, you're still young anyway. That made you feel like, you know what, working with kids is my thing? And when was this moment?
Now, I'd be honest and say there hasn't been one particular moment.
Right.
Looking back, this was not the space I imagined that I would be.
Yeah.
And it's something that has evolved over time. One of those things where you say, as you continue to get into the space, you realize this is where your calling is. There are certain things that come very naturally to you. There are certain things that you feel inspired to do. And the more you engage in that space, the more you engage with them, you realize that this is where I'm supposed to be. And for me, it's been a number of years now since we started with the Teen's Guide to the Constitution, the establishment of Teendom Africa, and now moving forward to engaging young people more and more. I realize that this is where my calling is, to invest in the lives of young people with the bigger picture of building a better country, a better continent, and a better world in the future.
But why that generation specifically?
I'd relate it to our previous conversation where we had with the Teen's Guide to the Constitution, where you have a demographic that's been overlooked when it comes to many things. And if you look at it from the civic education perspective, you realize that most of the information, you realize most of the initiatives and their conversations, they're mostly being fashioned for adults. So it's a generation and a demographic that's traditionally overlooked. One, because there's a perception, real or imagined, that young people do not have yet a lot to contribute to the country. There are certain conversations that they should not be engaged in, and perhaps they don't have the capacity to influence society in the manner that us adults might want them to influence the society. And so then, given this level of them being disenfranchised, and realizing that there's a gap, because like we've always said, if you do not support them when they are much younger, then you do not give them the skills, you don't give them the knowledge they need at this point, then they're going to have much difficulty then growing into who or what they're supposed to be in the future. So one is the realization that it's a demographic that is not being given the attention and the support they require, and they're now filling that gap with the necessary information, tools, support, mentorship, everything they need then to usher them into adulthood.
And I like that. So tonight we're obviously talking about Teendom Awards. Now, for somebody who's hearing this word for the first time, how would you describe Teendom Awards? What is it about?
I'd say Teendom Awards, it's the first of its kind, the first national platform where we are recognizing and celebrating teenagers between the ages of 13 and 19 who are doing exemplary things within their communities. It's meant now to shine a spotlight on their impact. It's meant to shine a spotlight on their brilliance, and also to let them know that we appreciate them, we see them, and we are glad to be on board with whatever it is that they are doing.
So when I read the profile about the Teendom Awards, so it's not just about mentorship, camps, exposure. sorry, it's not just about awards, but you're also giving them, like I said, mentorship awards, camps, and that kind of exposure.
Yes.
How did you come up with that approach?
My thinking was that our young people, and it's a fact, we have very many young people who are doing amazing things within their areas of influence. You have teenagers who are already inventing, you have teenagers who are developing side hustles, you have teenagers who are providing support even to their own peers in a very amazing manner. But then again, it takes us back to the conversation where they are not being recognized and their stories are not out there, they're not being recognized, they're not being supported. And so then the awards comes in then to bridge this gap again, where now we are telling young people that we see you, whatever it is that you're doing in your small way within your community, in that exemplary manner, we see you, we value you, and we appreciate you for what you're doing. Now, why don't we come up with a platform where then we can share their stories? We can mentor them, we can give them the support that they require, and to celebrate them now, not tomorrow.
I like that. It's true. We got to live in the moment, man.
Exactly.
So since you launched, what is, like, you can give us an example of an inspiring story, like a breakthrough one of these teens had, you know, they just got you going on, you're like, what?
I know of a young lady who she's already doing amazing things within her community. She's reaching out to other teens who I don't want to say the word poor, but underprivileged.
Right.
So other underprivileged teens, highlighting their stories, advocating for their rights to access to education, and then just bringing adults together and seeking their support and seeking their endorsement for the other young people. I know of another young lady who's she started her own bakery business, and she's selling the cakes to friends and family and making a little money by the side. There are also young men I know who they're in a music group, a performance group, you know, just coming together and sharing their skills, sharing their stories. And it's from this that as I continued engaging with them, I realized that what if even for this young lady who started her bakery business, what if this is what she's meant to do for the long haul? How then can we help her enhance her skills? How does she, even at this particular point, she's about 15, 16, how do we then start having money conversations with her, entrepreneurship conversations with her, leadership conversations with her? What kind of info does she have? Awareness of what the industry will look like in the future, and what role will she play within that industry? So it's within this it's within that platform, or on that platform, that the idea for Teendom Awards came about, where now you identify these exemplary young people, you provide them with the support they need, you share their stories, and you ensure that moving forward, then they're able to get what they need for them to flourish and flourish as adults.
I love it. You know, while you're speaking, I'm just thinking about the situation in the country, because if you read articles out there, when you get into certain spaces, certain quarters, you get the sense that there's like apathy going on in the country. You know what I mean? And I'm just curious, with this type of recognition, how do you think it's going to affect their confidence and their mental health moving forward? Because let's be real, some Kenyan teens and young folks really feel hopeless about the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're very right about it. I remember going for a session with one of the partner organizations where I was talking to them about freedom of expression. And you have young people who are saying, "Oh, the country is on the wrong path." They feel so discouraged. And you also ask them questions about what do they want to be in the future. They always find a way of correlating it to what's happening in the country at the moment. So I agree with you in terms of the apathy, and being young people, you will realize that they still don't have the skills and the tools for them to compartmentalize and say, these are the terrible things that could be happening within my community, but I still have my own grounding as an individual for me to continue going on with life. For them, they might interpret this as though that is the reality. So having platforms like this, like the Teendom Awards, where now we talk to them about the positives. Yeah, the positives of the other things that are happening. It's not all bad.
Yeah.
There are other positive things that are happening within this industry that you are in. These are the progress that has been made. These are the positives that are happening, and this is how you, moving forward, can then take part in it. And it also boils down to self-esteem. At a point when you're seeing a lot of negativity around you, even for adults, it really helps when someone comes and speaks something positive. Someone encourages you and gives you that and lights your path, so to speak, on the kind of things that you're passionate about. So I agree.
All right, so hold it right there. Guys, that is Sandra Ocholla. She's the author, advocate, and founder of the Teendom Awards. That's what we're talking about right now. We're coming back in just a bit. Remember, you can actually engage with us on 0719012600. Right now, Phil Me Flow, Naughty by Nature. It's 7:43. Good evening.
It may be from the